KU saw that they were down, and they're one of those teams that we had a chance to, kind of shut them out and put them away, and they didn't see that. And, they kept fighting. And for us, I don't think it was so much that, we kind of just coasted out. It was that we, like you said, we've been really good at defense up until that point, and we just couldn't get a stop. And I think that was right about the time that Nikki, had went out and she had came back in. But, I mean, like I said, it's so much changes. You don't understand how vital Nikki Moody is to our offense. I mean, she is a phenomenal player, but she does so many things that are not for herself that get us open and get us shots. And she is one of those defensive players that you need in there as well. So when she went out, we had to go to a zone, and they started hitting, and people had to play positions, that sometimes they don't run all the time in practice and stuff like that. So to KU's credit, I thought that they did a really good job, of coming back. But like I said, I think they knew they weren't going to go away. 18 points weren't going to stop them.
Very disappointing last 8 minutes for our team, and I got to give KU a lot of credit. They just kept playing hard, made some big shots, and we didn't. And but that's kind of the nature of this league. And tonight, certainly, they were the team that finished the game, and Iowa State was not the team that finished the game. Well, the biggest thing of the game was when Nikki got her 4th foul. We had to take her out, and we really became totally inefficient offensively. They started making some shots. We tried to do some things defensively to protect some people because we didn't have the right people in the game. They shoot 62% the second half, and we go 11 for 30 in the post. You got to be more efficient than that. But I mean, when that happened, they kept playing hard. We had a couple of turnovers that led to baskets, but it mainly was they were making about every shot they took for a while, and we weren't, and we just couldn't get any kind of offensive flow. And then with Nikki out of the game, we really struggle.
We were able to, I think, kind of calm down offensively and be more aggressive and play more confidently because we got opportunities in transition, shoot layups to get out and not sit against it. That's what we've always said. If you don't want to sit against a 2-3, then turn somebody over and go get layups in transition before that thing gets set up. Certainly a lot more confident, a lot more aggressive. Really feel like defensively we created that because you're down that much. It's not about answering. It's about getting multiple stops, 3 in a row, and trying to turn them over high so we could get opportunities. But for Carolyn and Chelsea to play with that much foul trouble, for Angel to be that aggressive when she got off to kind of a slow start offensively for her, to be able to play that with that much confidence, and then that just became contagious. Yeah, it was double overtime last year. And then the year before that, we turned them over on a baseline out of bounds play because we're down, and we scored. We're down 1, and all they have to do is get the ball in. I think there's 9 seconds, and we score. So all 3 games the last 3 years have been thrillers. I mean, great games for fans. Similar to last year, we just watched the film. I watched the film with the seniors the other day, not the whole thing, but parts of it. And I said, "Do you guys remember? It was 40-29. It was about the same thing." And but at least we got it in 1 overtime and didn't take us 2 this year. But kind of similar. But again, same thing. We talked about. Thought we were more aggressive last year, but it was mostly man. They didn't play as much zone, really at all. But we turned them over to get back in the game. We took charges. We turned them over. We got opportunities in transition. We knocked balls down. The biggest difference is the perimeter guys and even the posts. I thought pressured the ball because they just spread you out so much because all those guys can shoot threes and it's that we were more disruptive certainly in that run.
What were your thoughts? I mean, you got 13 seconds. You still have to play defense, but obviously you guys have all the momentum at that point.
Just get another stop. No, we needed to get a stop. Even though we tied it, we had, like you said, 13 seconds left. You can do a lot in 13 seconds. Sure. Just getting back, making sure we don't give up an easy basket.
Did the shot feel good as it left your hand?
That one?
Yeah,
no.
Want to send it to overtime.
I mean, it felt like the other shots that were like bricks, but but it felt once it went in, I was relieved. I mean, I was 0 for 5, I think, maybe more than that before that shot. So for it to go in, it felt really good.
What was your thought there? You're down 18, and it doesn't seem like there's any life. I mean, just statistics-wise, I mean, you guys weren't playing well at all. And all of a sudden, you just start closing it, and all of a sudden it's 10, 9. What's going through your mind the whole run?
Just continue to play the way what was getting us those, like, to cut it down. cut the lead down and continue to do that, continue to push and be who we are. That's who we want to be, and that's who we had to be to get back into the game.
How big was it when Moody went out with her fifth?
It was really big. She was the head of their team, so for her to go out and get her in foul trouble, that helped us out a lot because she penetrated, she got into the paint and then kicked it out for three. So for her to go out, it really helped us because then we could like pressure the younger point guard that came in. So it helped us out a lot.
Had quite a comeback, but were bad thoughts going through your heads?
Honestly, I don't know about my teammates. I didn't. I tried to stay as positive as I could for my teammates. Just being a leader and just being the one that has to radiate the confidence. I mean, no matter what was happening, I just tried to keep us up and say positive words. And no matter where the huddles were going, the tone of it, I just tried to keep positive thoughts in our heads. Just keep everyone's spirits up. Just because at that point, we can't say it's over until it's over. And
Right.
and there was so much time left. And if we got a few stops in a row, we were right in there. And that's what we did. And I think it was really good for us. It was a good test for us.
Sure. And what does this do? I mean, you lost 5 of 6, I think, or 4 or 5 in the conference, and I mean, this would hurt, especially
Yeah.
the 2 road games right on the
Yeah.
back end of this. I mean, for season, for big picture, what was this one?
I think it was big. I mean, they're a ranked team. It's a game that can get us on a roll, and it's a game that was not supposed to be our game, if you want to look at it that way.
Right.
And so it's one of those you got to steal. And when you lose games you're not supposed to, you have to win some you're not supposed to. And so that's one of the things we're looking at right now. And we're just trying to just get ready for the next one.